What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Unlucky Morpheus. Yes, indeed, Unlucky Morpheus fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bot, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Krauser, and Krauser wanted to see me react to this. It is Unlucky Morpheus with a song entitled Wings. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, this sounds familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Krauser on his private Mega Drive. So unfortunately, the link will not be shared in this video. I'm sorry, but I'm just not going to share a private Mega Drive link. Krauser didn't ask me to, and I'm not about to take any chances on violating that trust. So, but this was posted by Krauser on his private Mega Drive, and I have absolutely no idea how many views this video has. So I have no idea if it'll get you there or not. We'll have to just move along with life, I guess. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will not be down in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Unlucky Morpheus, Wings, live. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
gonna get blocked anyway. Yeah, there we go. I can already see a conflict. Yeah, and it's a pretty significant conflict. So I'm gonna have to weigh some things against each other. And hopefully, by the time I'm done, I'll have a very clear idea about a score. As it stands right now, it's all over the place. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Unlucky Morpheus with a live performance of Wings. This was a request from Krauser. Okay. I thought about everything. I really did. I took everything into account here, from songwriting to arrangement to musicianship to the vocals to the visual live performance to production. I took every aspect of this performance that I possibly could take, took into consideration, and I came up with a score. Now, the score is going to require some explanation. So I'm not sure how long we're going to be here, folks. I'm going to try to keep it on the shorter side. I'm going to do my best, but in a situation like this, I don't make any promises other than I'm going to try my best. So let's get to it, shall we? Let's see where the winds take us on this one. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that overall presentation an 8.1. Yep, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.1, what does that mean? Well, an 8.1 would translate to a great scale rating because overall, I think this was a great presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Yes, an A-. So there you go, an 8.1, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, let's start with the song. Let's start with the song first. I think the song was a great song. Okay, I do believe the song is a great song. I've heard, if I'm being honest, I've heard better written songs, better arranged songs, more creative, more complex songs, more challenging songs, more impressively written and executed songs than this. But they still did a great job with this song, okay? I want to be very clear that they didn't do anything wrong when it came to the songwriting, the arranging, the musicianship. Even, I'm gonna say this, and I'm dead serious when I say this. Even the vocals, great job. Okay, everything across the board when it came to the song was great. The chordal progressions made perfect sense. The main melodic line made sense in every spot. The modulations were a nice touch, especially in the big modulation that occurred in I believe it was the second half of the chorus. Now, here, I wasn't 100% sure if the chorus started at the modulation and it was just a short chorus with a very long pre-chorus, or if the chorus was broken in half and we had the one section and then the other section that was modulated up to the major. I wasn't sure, and I'm still not sure what the case is there. It was very smooth. It didn't sound janky at all. I mean, you had the modulation up to the major, and that's a fairly decent step. Well, to be more specific, it's a step and a half. It's 3 semitones, but it felt good. It sounded good. It didn't feel awkward at all. To be perfectly honest, I was kind of expecting it, so I kind of felt like that was coming. And when it hit and the payoff happened, it wasn't a tremendous shock, but it felt good. So it's fine. I'm not sure if it's first half of the chorus, second half of the chorus, or if it's a long pre-chorus with a short chorus. I'm not sure which one it is, but it sounded good, and that's, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Musicianship across the board, I liked everything I heard. Guitars, bass, violin, drums, all sounded great across the board. I had no issue with anything I heard. Even the vocals, I gotta say, there were a couple of points where her vibrato started to get a little big, but she reeled it back in pretty quickly. So I have no problem with it. It sounded just fine. The song on its own, pleasing to the ear. There were moments, I'm not going to say the whole song or even an entire section of a song sounded anthemic, but there were definitely parts, a few sections here and there, where it started to feel anthemic. It didn't cross over completely, but it definitely laid the foundation for, future songs, maybe built off of this song, to be anthemic. So, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But overall, I would say the song, being a great song, I would give the song on its own about an 8.3, maybe even an 8.4. The argument could be made. So, but I'm giving this an 8.1. What happened there? Well, you've been watching this channel for any amount of time. You already know what I'm going to say. So say it with me, kids.
Sing it out one time.
A live show can help your score, or it can hurt your score. And I hate to say it, folks, but in this case, the live show definitely hurt. Even by Unlucky Morpheus' own standards, I've seen them put on much better live shows than this. I have. I'm not even talking about other bands. I'm talking by Unlucky Morpheus' own standards. They've done better live performances than this from a visual standpoint. This was one of the most boring live performances I've seen from them. Nobody moved. It's the only one that moved was Fuki. She was it. Everybody else literally stood still in their little 2-foot by 2-foot box. Not impressive to watch at all. Let's go on the checklist. You'll see what I'm talking about. I promise. Stage presence. Okay, they have that. They look like performers. Okay, they definitely look like performers. To some extent, they kind of acted like performers, but not really. It was a very stiff watch. So, stage presence does get the check, but it's a weak check. Okay? Stage energy. The only person that moved on stage at all was Fuki. She was it. Now, is that enough? Technically, by letter of the law, yes. But again, she's the only one doing it, and she didn't move around a whole lot. And I know, here come the people making all the excuses. Here come all the apologists. Well, it's a small stage, guys. Go back and watch some of the Trident reactions I've done. Go back and watch some of the Hanabiye reactions I've done. Go back and watch their live performances. They're on even smaller stages. than this, and they still made it work. So you can make all the apologies you want. I'm sorry, but I've seen much better stage energy from other bands that had less to work with than they did. So I'm gonna give it a check, but it is a weak check. Stage interaction, none, zilch, nada. There was no stage interaction happening at all on that stage, which I find really odd considering how small the stage is. We're literally almost shoulder to shoulder, but yet they couldn't see more far apart. Like, they looked like they were complete strangers up on that stage. They didn't even look at each other. So no, I'm sorry, that does not count. Stage interaction gets a big fat goose egg. Crowd interaction. Here's the thing. The only person that even gestured out to the crowd, the only person that even acknowledged in a roundabout way that the crowd was even there was Fuki. She was it. Nobody else on the stage motioned to the crowd, gestured to the crowd, did anything to the crowd. The crowd was pretty much ignored. The only person that did any type of gesturing in the direction of the crowd, again, was Fuki. But here's the thing. There's a big difference between gesturing to the crowd and interacting with the crowd. What's the big difference? What did I do? I looked at the crowd as I gestured in the same direction that I was looking. She never did that. She was constantly looking out into the audience, yes, and she would look out over here toward the audience as she gestured over here. Who's over here? She's looking over here, but she's gesturing over here. Same thing. She would gesture down to the crowd, but she never looked at the crowd when she would gesture toward them. There's a big difference between moving your arms in theatrical ways and interacting with the crowd. There's a big difference, folks. So I hate to say it, but I don't think she really did crowd interaction. So again, a big fat goose egg. Zero, zilch, nada. And that's the big one. Moving on. Showmanship. I'm gonna give it showmanship. The gesture that she was doing. They were big. They were grandioso. They were splendid. They were marvelous. You could see them. Absolutely. They were there, and they were done with an intent of showmanship. It wasn't, well, it must have been for showmanship because it sure as hell was not for crowd interaction. So I'll give that one a check. Sure. Yeah. Production. I think the lights were designed. I think they were. I was looking for a key point that I could point at and go, yes, right there. The lights were definitely programmed and designed to go with this part of the song. I never saw it. It just felt like the lights were changing every, 2 measures to 4 measures, and there was just random light patterns going on. So unfortunately, that one does not get a check either. That's very unfortunate. So we had how many weak checks? We had 2 weak checks. No, we had 3 weak checks, 2 no checks, and 1 strong check. So unfortunately, folks, that's just not going to help your score. It's not. As a matter of fact, it's going to hurt. So that's how we ended up coming down from, like I said, about an 8.3, 8.4 for the song, somewhere in there. We ended up all the way down to an 8.1. Now, is there really all that much of a difference between an 8.1 and an 8.3? Or an 8.4? Well, hold on. Is there a difference in 8.4? Let me check. I don't think so. Double check that. No, there's actually no difference between 8.1, 8.3, or 8.4. It all equals out to the same thing. Great skill ratings, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. They all mean the same thing. The only difference is the number itself. Yeah, if you're gonna get upset about that, I can't help you. Sorry, that's on you, man. I cannot help you with that. But yeah, 8.1. Yeah, I feel good about that score. That's right where we need to be, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.1, which is a great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.